Hello, my magical name on this channel is Spiritual Wisdom, and in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom, I'm going to be talking about what witchcraft is, what Wicca is, and what paganism is. These three subjects, when you start studying them, do intertwine, and I think it's important to know what each subject is because let's say you're not interested in Wicca. You're not interested in paganism, but you're interested in witchcraft. As you start reading more witchcraft books, the word pagan and Wicca will keep coming across. It's very important to understand as well that Wicca and witchcraft are not the same. Yes, you could follow the Wiccan religion and practice witchcraft. You could also be a witch and Wiccan, and it's but a wee saying what a little saying so people know the difference is not all Wiccans are witches and not all witches are Wiccan. So it's very important to understand the difference between them. There are many misconceptions about Wicca as well as witchcraft and paganism. And it's my goal maybe to help people educate and share my knowledge with the community as well. And this is just my perspective and what I know based on my studies. So number one, Wicca is a religion with a set of beliefs and structure. Like any religion, it has its origins. It's a modern religion. It has a lot of old pagan beliefs. It was popularised in the 1950s by Gerald Gardner. Gerald Gardner's sort of looked at as the father of Wicca, and then Doreen Aravante, you could say, would be sort of the mother of Wicca, because the two of them did sort of come together. She was the high priest of the coven, he'd be the high priest, and the two of them sort of created the coven, the New Forest coven. A lot of his magical practices, as he was well travelled, would have came from overseas, and some of her practices would have been different, but it was a combination of these things. Wicca has originally you'd have Gardnerian Wicca, but then Alexandria Wicca, because Alexander, who was in the New Forest Coven, he also, didn't like some of Gerald Gardner's practices, so he went his own way, created his own coven. Then you got Alexandrian Wicca, and a few other different types of Wicca have sprung up. But Wicca at its core is a nature-based religion, and as Wiccans we respect nature and in tune with the energies of nature. As Wiccans we honour the god and goddess. Different Wiccans will see the god and goddess in different ways. Some just see them as symbols and work with them in an energetic way. Other Wiccans see them as a personification of nature. As a Wiccan myself, I believe that the god and goddess are part of a higher power because I believe in a higher power. As Wiccans, we also work with the elements. We do and we do practice witchcraft as part of our faith by doing magic and witchcraft, because Wicca is a nature-based religion. It's a pagan-based religion because there's a lot of old pagan beliefs rooted in there. There's elements of witchcraft in Wicca. But why are Wicca and witchcraft not the same? Because Wicca has set beliefs and structure like any religion. Witchcraft, on the other hand, as a whole, is a magical practice. Anyone can practice it, regardless of their gender, their sexuality, or their religion. One could even be an atheist and practice it. All you have to do is study magic and study it and learn about it and have a genuine respect and interest in it. And to me, a witch is also an art, because if you remove witch, you're just left with, when you look at the word witchcraft, if you remove the witch, you're just left with craft. and that's what it is, an art. And I would say the witch is the artist. You get to decide what magic you're going to practice, what traditions you're going to follow. Paganism, on the other hand, is an umbrella term with a variety of, it's an umbrella